In recent years, there has been much debate about lowering the voting age. Many people want to lower the voting age to 16. The current voting age is 18. It seems unlikely that this is going to happen, particularly since the current government does poorly with younger voters. It is not in their electoral interest to lower the voting age, so it is very unlikely that they will. But what do I make of this? Should the voting age be reduced to 16? In my view, the voting age is ultimately arbitrary. 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. Where you draw the line will always end up being somewhat arbitrary. Why 16 and not 17? Why 16 and not 15? I have no major issue with the current voting age. I am largely indifferent on this issue. If they reduce it, I won't care very much. If they keep it the same, I won't lose any sleep over it either. The advocates of a lower voting age often say, no taxation without representation. Foreign tourists and 10-year-olds pay goods and services tax, yet we probably don't want to give them voting rights. So it is not immediately obvious that taxation always requires representation. Having said that, I think offering a concession is perfectly fine. If we do not lower the voting age, we should make those who are under 18 exempt from income tax. This would also make it easier for them to save up to study. It will help them to get ahead in their early years if they want to. I am generally supportive of this policy. In some ways, I think it is preferable to reducing the voting age. I have one concern about a reduced voting age. A lower voting age would encourage political parties to try to propagandize increasingly young people. I want young people to at least get through the education system without having some political party attempt to indoctrinate them. Young people are often naive and foolish. They are easily indoctrinated. They are often very impressionable. When you reduce the voting age, political parties will inevitably propagandize to younger people. These people may lack the knowledge, maturity, or experience to engage with such efforts in a healthy way. They may become useful idiots for one political cause or another. Of course, this is not true of all young people. Some young people are knowledgeable enough and rational enough to be immune to such things. And some older voters are easily converted into useful idiots. But I do worry about encouraging political parties to propagandize to younger and younger people. If young people can vote, political parties will increase their efforts to influence their views. Young people's views are often manipulated more easily than the views of more mature, experienced, and knowledgeable people. This is not an absolute truth. There are hundreds of exceptions, but it is a general truth. There are obvious arguments in favour of lowering the voting age. 16-year-olds will have to live with the consequences of the decisions that politicians make today. These decisions will impact their lives massively. Voting rights also encourages younger people to pay more attention to politics and to spend more time thinking about politics. Having said that, there are maturity issues. Some young people are extremely immature. But there are also plenty of immature adult voters too, so this is not really a decisive argument. I also dislike the legal argument that is being used to justify a reduced voting age. Advocates are claiming that the Bill of Rights Act prohibits age-based discrimination over the age of 16. The Bill of Rights Act is not supreme law, so Parliament can easily change this if they want to. These are not constitutional rights in any serious sense of the word. I do believe in a Bill of Rights that is supreme law, but I would make the age limit for legal age-based discrimination 20. I do not think age-based discrimination should be prohibited above the age of 16. Because I believe the age of consent should be increased to 18. And this is incompatible with such a right. I do not think people should become legal adults at 16. I do not think that school children should be regarded as legal adults. No, that is a recipe for bad things. 16-year-olds are not adults and should not be treated as such. I think the law should discriminate up to the age of 20. As well as raising the age of consent to 18, I also want to make the legal cigarette purchasing age 20. So I support age-based discrimination above the age of 16. I object to the Bill of Rights-based argument for a lower voting age. I know my thoughts on this are a little convoluted, but I hope you get what I'm saying. It should also be noted that 16-year-olds are not powerless. Voting is just one form of influence. Those who are too young to vote can choose to wield influence in other ways. Attend a protest, join a political party, deliver leaflets, persuade your friends and family. You are not powerless. Anyway, to conclude, I have a number of thoughts on the voting age, but no strong or conclusive opinion. They could reduce it or keep it as it is, and I would not particularly care. It is not a policy that I strongly support or strongly oppose. But anyway, thank you for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments.